You know, there's certain things that you just have an emotional response to, and it's really hard to explain why. But I know that the first time I heard Brazilian music when I was taking Portuguese classes at the university in 1992, I guess it was, um, I just had this very visceral response to it. I just fell in love with Brazilian music, and that was bossa nova at the time. Antonio Carlos Jobim, The Girl from Ipanema, Corcovado, a lot of those tunes. And is that me in the? I guess you're looking at me in full makeup and costume in our Brazilian Carnival event. Um, you know, and so I started playing Brazilian music back and had a band of all Brazilian music starting in '95. Um, and I was looking for an event. I had spent some time in Brazil during Carnival, and I thought, well, this is an amazing thing, and we should try to bring it to the Twin Cities. And I know that other people had done Carnival events in the Twin Cities before, but I just thought that I wanted to, the people had hired our band to play for other Brazilian Carnival events, and I thought, I know what Brazilian Carnival is like. This is not Brazilian Carnival. It's like you have a Brazilian band, but it doesn't feel at all like Brazilian Carnival. And so I kind of set about, you know, just trying to recreate what I had experienced in Brazil here in the Twin Cities. And the response has been really, really amazing. We've been really fortunate to have received grants from MRAC for the last 4 years, which have allowed us to afford, flying in Brazilian guests. There's 2 samba dancers that come in from Chicago. They're based there. They're from São Paulo originally. There's Dandara, who spends half the year in Salvador, Bahia, singing in Carnival, preparing for and singing in Carnival there, and then she flies up here the very next week to Minneapolis. She has a childhood friend, actually, that she grew up with that married a guy in Mankato, so she has another reason to come up here, which is how we met. And so that's really fun, yeah. And now, it's just grown to a point I never could have imagined, and I see a lot of potential to make it even bigger and just include more of the community. This last year we had 80 artists that performed.
Wow.
So there were percussionists in 2 percussion ensembles. One was an all-women's percussion ensemble called Drumheart. The other one is Batucada do Norte. And then our group is a 10-piece group with Dandara as our special guest singer. And then we had capoeira artists, Afro-Brazilian martial arts, and several visual artists that help us decorate the space, and face painters and mask makers, and we get the kids involved for the matinee, so there's lots of hands-on activities for that. It's really just become an incredible event. It's a lot of fun to do, but it's an amazing amount of work as well.